Carl Sagan wrote, "To know your future, you must understand your past." So that's where we'll start. In 1969, the Beatles performed their last public performance on the rooftop of Apple Records. Woodstock attracted over 350,000 people to one of the biggest rock concerts in history. Ford Company released the Mustang Mach 1, and this guy, he uttered these famous words.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
But most importantly, and the reason that we're all here, is that this is the year that Tampa Bay Vocational Technical School was founded, or what we all know now as Tech, even though it didn't get that name until the year 2000. Back in the day, people would go to Tech instead of traditional high school for the sheer purpose of getting more than the average high school diploma. Because it was considered a magnet or vocational or technical school, you were able to gain experience in the fields of study like agriculture, auto shop, business, education, commercial art, cosmetology, data processing, dental clinic, drafting, home economics, machine shop, print shop, audio and TV, sheet metal, small engines, welding, and wood shop. And if that wasn't enough, kids that went to TBT still got the opportunity to compete in public school activities and sports. Things like Key Club and cheerleading, and of course, football. It's funny because even in 1970, the football team occupied 10 pages of space in the yearbook. While the next closest sport, being basketball, only occupied 3. Not much has changed. It's the life of the school, and it seems it always has been. Well, at least until the early 2000s. See, in 1969, the Titans went 1-9, but the next season they improved to an impressive 7-3, but did not get a playoff berth. Something that didn't happen for another 30 years. That's not to say they didn't have players before our story begins, though, because they did. First-round draft pick, 4-time Pro Bowler, and Super Bowl champion Ted Washington was a part of our 1986 TBT graduating class. Other standouts include Kevin Hobbs, class of 2000, and Maurice Crum, class of 2004. Although I can't seem to find evidence of the record in 2000, the Titans went on to win the district championship and go to the playoffs for the first time in school history. But that's not where our story starts. No, our story begins right here. By the end of the 2005 season, the Titans managed to lose 21 straight games. That is, until this guy became the head coach. Y'all want to go ahead and introduce yourselves? My bad, I should have done that first thing.
Maurice Higgins, Tampa, Florida. You already know.
When'd you graduate?
2010, the best class ever. It's a fact.
Go ahead.
Tech history, definitely.
Go ahead, Lester.
I'm named Greg Buster Hickman. Most people don't know me by Greg, but it's Greg. Graduated from Tampa Bay Tech 2010. Transferred in from Tech from Middleton.
You didn't think Culpepper did it all by himself, did you? Maurice Hagan went to the University of Miami in 2010 and for the next 4 years dominated.
Left side, Duke Johnson looking for a block, and there he goes at the 30, 35-yard line, lowers the right shoulder, and he's belted out of bounds, 11 yards for Duke Johnson.
And old Maurice Higgins, the guy that does all the dirty work at fullback, made that thing happen.
We couldn't run the football without Maurice Higgins. Let me be clear on this, without Maurice, the offense wouldn't be the way how we are.
Buster Hickman had a similar path, staying in the same city but going to Florida International University and wreaking havoc until the last game of his senior year.
Coach called a play that I love. I'm at the 3 technique, and I get to drop back and play linebacker like I used to do in high school. And I just seen a shallow crossing route, and I was looking for the hit, but when the quarterback threw the ball, he wasn't looking for the ball, so I decided to get the ball.
Everything you pop in from the yin yang twin begin to make your adrenaline pump right on through your skin and make that crop begin.
Both were able to acquire their high school numbers early in their college career, which only young players that add to the team generally get to do.
Coach Cristobal told me I had to wait a year for 8. So I had 55 my freshman year, then 8 sophomore, junior.
And they both, of course, were given the opportunity to play in the NFL. But that's not why we're talking to them. We want to know about high school. We want to know about CC.
So how did it change when he went from defensive coordinator to the head coach?
It was a culture change, of course. Nobody wants to go 0-10, so when you get a new head coach, it's one of those things where you want to start winning again. And that's what he brought to us. He wanted us to win. We wanted to win. And it feels good to win. So.
And when they did. 2 years after Coach Culpepper became the head coach, they went from losing 10 games to winning 10 games. By the end of 2008 season, the Titans went 10-2, but lost in the second round of the playoffs to the same team they lost to in the regular season, Armwood. Coach Culpepper had 4 winning seasons in a row and made it to the second round in the playoffs in 3 consecutive seasons. But in the spring of 2011, all the football players were called down to the auditorium. Confused by the cameras and reporters, they watched as their head football coach announced that he would be leaving the program for a college coaching job. And the TBT football team was now in the hands of a new leader.
Coach, you ready? Yeah, let's get started.